All right, as promised, part 2 of the dark side of breeding for profit. If you haven't watched the previous episode of me and Riley talking about this, I suggest you go ahead and do so. And for some reason, my nausea every time I agree with Riley continues.
Would it be really wise to keep a fish knowing that it's old and probably will die? It will get old and probably will die anyway, very soon, rather than later, rather than selling and getting a reward for your years of labor and financing. Right? So you have a fish for several years, and eventually you feed the fish, take care of the fish, and the fish automatically die because every fish has a different lifespan. So therefore, if you are able to sell that fish, yes, you're attached to this fish, but sell that fish and get money for that fish and probably buy a different stock, a different younger stock of fish. Wouldn't that be more appropriate or in the line of business, right?
Alright, so that's a touchy subject for me because this is my belief, this is my thought process on fish breeding. In the wild, fish have a season that they breed in. They breed in once that season, and then they breed the next year when the season comes around, or another 6 months when their cycle happens to come, whatever it may be. For the most part, that's how it happens. Now, what happens in captivity is that we force these seasons so close together, and we power feed them, and so that they can grow faster, and we raise the temperature up in the water. And like I said in other videos before, with angels, the higher the temp, the faster they grow, but the shorter their lifespan. At least that's the train of thought in most circles. So when you sell somebody, because there will be people out there that be like, can I buy your old breeding pair so they can start their business for themselves? You're selling them a fish that really doesn't have or two fish that don't have a whole lot of time left on their clock because you've been running them ragged. So would it be wise to sell them? Be honest with you, you can get. I know of a place that will sell a breeding pair of really fancy, good-looking angels for $450 for a pair. How could you pass that up if you have bills to pay, employees, overhead, and you gotta get in that new batch of fish to get out later on? But at least let the people know what it is that they're selling. When you sell the fish, I believe that you have a responsibility as a fish hobbyist at heart, at the core of you, to provide information on all aspects of that fish. At least that's how I feel about it.
I consider myself as a hobbyist. I have several stock of fish. Sometimes I do have multiple stock of fish in which I just have to sell because they are just kind of getting too much to my local pet shop like this, right? After a while, I will sell and sell, and the old fish will no longer be there. So therefore, fries and spawn, new babies, new fish will eventually come about, and I'll sell the old fish. So therefore, I will always have a replenishing stock. I have to preserve the species kept, right? But at the same time, I am not wholeheartedly saying that, listen, I am going to be keeping this fish as my pet, and I won't be selling it for whatever. If I get a good price, just like a car, I'm driving my car. I've heard of a young man who went to the country, probably about 40 miles away from his home. He was driving a nice car, and somebody said, I like your car, and he said, no problem, would you like to buy it? And the young man went into his house, or the gentleman went into his house, get the money, and say, hey, can I get the vehicle? And give him the vehicle, he called a taxi, and he walked away. Fishkeeping is a little bit different. You're still going to have that attachment, because listen, more time you have a fish from it's small, and you see this fish actually grow up and mature into a larger fish species. Share with me what you think.
I watched Michael from Michael's Fish Room. Michael's Fish Room. Sorry, I had a brain fog. And he'd be the number one dude to tell you he's in it for the money. He'll tell you that. I'm not saying that he doesn't like fish. I'm not saying that he's cold-hearted. I'm saying it takes a certain type of individual, a certain type of mind frame, for an individual to easily wrap their head around. Do you want this fish? I've had it for a long time. It's a great looking fish, but if you pay enough for it, I have no problem giving it to you. That mind frame is not wrong. It makes the world go round. You know what I mean? That's just life. And like I said, I'm not saying he doesn't like fish. But if you don't have that mind frame, you might not want to think. You might want to think twice about selling fish for profit. If you're the one that when you feed the fish, you watch it grow, you get an attachment to it. You know, you start naming it, and you can't let it go for the right price. You know, you might. Breeding may not be for you. I'm not saying don't breed. Please do try it. You know, that's an aspect of fish keeping that I think everybody should give a shot. Regardless, in every type of fish they keep. I believe that if you're able to breed a fish, that's the excellence of keeping, you know, maintaining that fish. You're providing everything that fish needs, that it doesn't have to worry about anything, and it can do what it wants. It was born to do, which is multiply. But if you can't wrap your head around, you know, selling that fish that you named Eddie or Jeff or whatever, you know, you might want to think about not doing it as a business. That's something that most breeding for profit videos do not talk about.
Well, Fong, this has been really a healthy discussion. I appreciate it. It's really brings out a lot. I hope the viewers actually appreciate this discussion. Thanks for allowing me on your channel. I appreciate the opportunity. Do have a great day. Viewers, let us know your honest opinion in the comment section below. Peace.
Alright, so there it is, everybody. That's just the cold, hard, ugly side of the hobby that people don't normally talk about. But if you're gonna do it and you plan on being successful, which I hope you are, it's something that you're gonna have to deal with. I'd like to thank Riley. As much as, you know, I hate to say, normally when me and Riley, you know, talk about things, it's usually, you know, head on. But in this particular case, we agree on it. We don't disagree. How about that? I should have said that from the beginning. We don't disagree on the majority of the points. So yeah, if you guys think about breeding for profit, you know, you might wanna lose that softy side of you. It's funny, real quick. I just started a new job, and I work with somebody who spent years and years and years of working on a fish farm, and he told me even before this video. The funny thing about people who own fish farms, he's worked at a couple of fish farms, they didn't have home aquariums. I don't know. Hey, I appreciate your time, every one of you. And like always, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and take care of your fish. So, now here, don't forget that I totally messed this up.